The following audio dub is made with the permission of the original author, Mandroid. Please support the original production by following the link in the description below. Thank you. It was Saturday. One of those lazy Saturdays in late summer where you like to sit on your bed and do nothing. Which is precisely what you were doing. Nothing on earth could beat waking up, not having to go to classes, and just letting your mind wander over the marvels of the internet. Your entire apartment was silent, save for the fan you had trying to get rid of the heat, and the occasional sound of your bro in the next room rummaging for glue or something. As you click on the 1000th link of the day, you notice that your room was significantly brighter than it was a minute ago. Looking up, you saw that, yes, your blinds were still drawn, and that this light was blasting through them to illuminate your room like this.
What the fuck?
You were interrupted by the sound of wrenching wood, followed by a churning sensation as the entire apartment started spinning. You held onto the side of the bed with a kung fu grip that would make G.I. Joe proud. It was all you could do to avoid being tossed around like the rest of your things. Over the sound of your things clattering and the high-pitched whine that had joined the blinding light, you could make out one sound that you recognized. Oh, good. Your bro was handling this with the same level of class he was famous for. But there was no time to worry about him now. Your grip was slipping, and you didn't want a lamp to the face. As suddenly as it had started, the white light and deafening noise vanished and gave way to cyan blue and the sound of birds chirping. Or at least it did, before the resounding crash of concrete and ground, followed by the staccato of all your things hitting the ground.
Okay. What the fuck?
You said, rubbing your head. You scrambled to your feet and burst into the hallway at the same time as your bro was stepping out of his room and looked at you.
What in the tap-dancing Christ was that?
He half-shouted, his eyes wide and breathing quickened. You have absolutely no doubt that your expression mirrors his own as you exhale in relief and lean against the wall.
I have no idea. You okay?
He seemed to calm down and rubbed the back of his head as he spoke.
I conked my head when it started, but I'm fine. Can't say the same for my room.
I know the feeling. I almost got flung off my bed.
You looked around to see that the table you kept in the hall had fallen over. You walked over and set it upright.
If this table's over, then the rest of the furniture might have fallen too. Go check the front of the house, and I'll take the back.
Got it.
Your bro stepped out of his room and started walking, waving his hand as he did. The back of your apartment really only consisted of the 2 bathrooms. Apart from your medicine cabinets being emptied, there didn't seem to be that much damage. However, a quick check told you that the sink and showers weren't running.
Damn.
You returned to the hallway and saw your bro returning as well. You looked at him expectantly as you awaited the damage. With the annoyed look that constituted his normal face, he leaned against the wall to report.
The rest of the house is the same as we thought. Most of our shit's been knocked over. The TV's safe, thank God, but I wouldn't go into the kitchen if I were you.
That TV was the size of a dining table. If it fell, you wouldn't be looking forward to having to clean that mess.
The bathrooms are more or less the same, but the weird thing is that the water isn't running.
You say, jamming a thumb behind you. That got his attention.
I tried both the kitchen light and the fridge light. Nothing. Stove won't even turn on either.
You reach a hand up and stroke your chin.
That's weird. You'd think that the light thing might have cut the lines to the...
You were interrupted for the second time today by a brash-sounding voice coming from outside.
Oh my god, I'm telling you! This big box stepped into the air for hair and fell to the ground!
You and your bro exchanged a glance.
People.
You walked to the front door and waited for the peephole as your bro silently stepped into his room and started throwing things around. Damn. The peephole glass got cracked when you crashed to the ground. All you could make out were some inconsistent blobs on the other side of the door. You heard your bro coming up behind you.
What have we got?
Can't tell. The glass is broken.
Before he could respond, a second voice spoke up outside, this one much quieter.
I hear voices.
Whoever they are, they don't know we're here.
Think we should open the door.
Better to get this over with quick before they decide to let themselves in.
Okay. On 3.
You gripped the door handle tight and unlocked the padlock.
1, 2.
You could hear your bro make a small movement, preparing for whoever was outside.
3!
As you flung open the door, the both of you stopped dead in your tracks at what you saw. What the fuck? Standing before you were 6 waist-high, multicolored horses, each of their faces aghast at what they were seeing. Your brain could barely process what was in front of it, the only sound escaping from your lips a resounding, For a few seconds that felt like the most awkward eternity ever passed, and you felt like you might just keel over then and there. Your bro, however, eventually broke that silence for you.
Ba weep grana weep ninny bong,
he said, not taking his eyes off of your new guests. The purple horse in the lead got a confused look on its face and pulled back.
Excuse me?
You speak English.
The purple horse lowered itself and grew a nervous smile.
Yes. Well then, my name is Twilight Sparkle, and these are my friends. Who are you?
It was your turn to speak, but you knew better than to give your real name to strange people in a strange land, let alone strange bright horses who spoke.
Anon. My name's Anon.
This Twilight horse nodded at you, that same smile on her face as she turned to your bro.
Okay then, and you are?
He gave you a quick, annoyed glance before meeting her gaze again.
Mous. You can call me Mous.
The purple horse nods at the both of you and offers a warm smile.
Anon and Mous? Hi there. As I've said, I'm Twilight Sparkle, and these are my friends. Rainbow Dash, Applejack, Rarity, Pinkie Pie, and Fluttershy.
You and Mous look over at the assembled equines. The one that you can only assume to be Rainbow Dash is the first to speak.
What are you guys?
We're humans, and this is our house. We don't really know what's going on. Don't suppose any of you can give us an idea?
Before anyone could respond, your vision was overcome by a pink wall of hair and face.
Oh my gosh, your house just landed in the middle of the field and you two guys walked out and are like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Pinkie Pie.
You're taken aback by the speed that the pastel pink pony speaks at, once again repeating your trademark, Fortunately, one of the other horses spoke up, a tan one this time.
Pinkie Pie, get on down from there. Y'all aren't helping put these fellers at ease when you're asking your questions that fast.
Hearing the new one's southern accent, you can't help but wonder, is there a Kentucky here? Pinkie Pie zipped back to her original place before you could react and turned to the new horse.
Oh, sorry, Applejack, but you know how excited I get when I meet new ponies, especially when they're not really ponies.
Around halfway through her sentence, you're sure that she started moving, you're just not sure if you define it as bouncing or vibrating. This probably means they must have meth here, wherever here is. After that, a yellow horse stepped out, having been hiding behind Twilight.
Excuse me, not to be rude or anything, but, what are the two of you?
This must be Fluttershy then. She does her name credit.
We're people.
Mous must have finally gotten his brain together.
I don't think I've heard of this term, people, before.
Yeah, well, I've never heard of talking horses before.
Damn it. If there was one time you didn't want Mous's temper to bite him in the ass, well, now everyone looks offended.
Excuse me?
Since you know everyone else's name, you assume the sharp-toned horse is Rarity.
We are not horses. We are ponies, and you will do well to call us as such.
Mous's eyes squint as he glares at her.
Ponies.
Exactly that!
Not horses. Ponies.
Yes!
The second most awkward moment of the day passed as Mous and Rarity have some sort of staring contest / silent argument before he eventually sighs.
Right.
Wanting to prevent Mous from offending your new acquaintances again, you step in.
I'm sorry for my friend here. Arrival here was a bit rough. Can any of you tell us where we are? This doesn't look like the city.
Now they look confused instead of offended, which you guess is an improvement. Twilight steps up with her expression showing equal parts concern and curiosity.
You're in Equestria. Where else would you be?
Oh shit. Mous caught that.
Equestria? The land of pastel ponies is called Equestria? Where do you all live? Philadelphia?
No, we live in Ponyville. Philadelphia is a ways away.
He clearly wasn't expecting a straight answer.
Oh, right.
Holy shit, they actually rendered him speechless.
Okay, Miss Twilight? was it? Can you tell me and my friend here how we got to Equestria?
Well, I can certainly try.
Twilight walked to the wall of your house, looking closely at it. It's honestly a miracle that the wall stayed intact as they did. They looked all in one piece, so at least you won't have to worry about the roof collapsing, at least. Twilight stood near the wall and closed her eyes as what looked like a horn on her head started to glow a light pink.
There appears to be some residual magical energy all over your home, but I can't tell what kind. I'm sorry.
It's, okay.
A purple unicorn just did something to your house and was talking about magic. At this point, you're still fairly open to the possibility that you just got horrible food poisoning, and this is the dream you're having in a hospital somewhere.
It's strange, though, that I can't place this magic.
She eyed the apartment carefully before turning to her friends.
Girls, I think we need to bring Anon and Mous to Canterlot and see if the princesses can help.
Mous was wisely keeping his mouth shut about a place called Canterlot after what happened last time, but you were more interested in the other part of that statement. Princesses? These ponies had not only speech and town, but government too? A flash of cyan catches your eye as Rainbow Dash flew up near your roof, hovering on her wings?
I think there's a train leaving in an hour or so. We could probably make it if we go now.
You're still not entirely sure how you missed her wings. You looked over the remaining ponies in front of you for anything else you missed. Rarity had a horn like Twilight, while Fluttershy had wings to her side. Applejack and Pinkie Pie looked normal, for a certain definition of normal.
Good idea, Rainbow.
Twilight turned to you and Mous.
Are you two okay with that?
Having no idea where you were, and with your holy shit meter long since busted all to hell, you feel like some sort of plan could do you some good.
If you think it'll help, then sure?
Great, then follow me.
Twilight turned with a smile, walking away and leading her friends as you started to follow. After a few steps, you turned back to Mous, still standing in the doorway.
You coming, bro?
He took a moment to shake his head, finally getting past his shocked expression.
Yeah, right behind you, bro.
The two of you walked in silence, taking inventory of your situation. Talking ponies were taking you to see their monarch to figure out why your apartment fell out of the sky. By train, it seemed, too. Yeah, food poisoning is looking ever more likely.